All right, you guys, I am so excited to chat with you about trial reels. So, trial reels is one of the few ways that's guaranteed to get new eyes on your page. Paid ads can do that. Not necessarily a guarantee, but you're probably going to get new eyes on you if you know how to use ads, right? Or trial reels, which I love because they're free. So, let's talk about how you can use trial reels. Real quick, my name is Z, former online health and fitness coach turned business strategy coach for mostly health and wellness coaches. All right. Why trial reels, or what are trial reels? Trial reels started out as a way that Instagram wanted to, or they wanted to give us a tool as a way to test out our reels before we posted them on our feed to see how they perform. However, it was sort of realized early on that these are guaranteed to be shown to non-followers. So why aren't we taking advantage of this and posting a ton of trial reels? And some people did. Some people were posting like 10, 20, 30, 100 a day. And it worked until Instagram caught on and was like, we got to change this. So they have changed, but they're still around and they still can actually work. You just probably can't post 100 a day. The tricky thing is we don't know how many we can each post. So we all have a limit, but we don't know what the limit is unless you get your hand slapped. And if you do get your hand slapped, you're going to be banned from posting trial reels for 30 days. So it's better not to test the limit. And I would say just stick to 5 max a day. We are pretty sure that everyone can post 5. Any more than that, you just don't know. So I would recommend 4 or 5 a day if you really want to go all in front and get in front of new people. Okay, so what type of content should you be posting in trial reels? Really, B-roll is probably the best because this is a new audience that doesn't know you. So while you could post talking head, those are usually going to perform better with someone that has a little bit of an understanding of what you do. B-roll is behind the scenes footage. And for example, this was a photo shoot and I put music over it and then I put my hook. Even me right here, I could have my phone recording and I could put music over that. That would work as B-roll. Hanging out with my friends, going to coffee, I could do B-roll of me walking, my feet, picking up my coffee mug. B-roll, it's endless. Health and wellness, you could do some of you cooking, maybe plating food. The trick here is to just collect a lot of B-roll. I have a folder in my phone just called B-roll. And that helps a lot because I can go back and grab old B-roll. If you don't have a lot of B-roll, it's not a bad idea to maybe book a couple days where you just collect it. Have a couple outfit changes ready, head outside, meet a friend for coffee, meet a friend who's willing to take some photos, hubby, partner, friend, anyone. It's good to just collect B-roll. And you can use AI to help you come up with a shot list. Like, give me 50 ideas if I'm going out to coffee. Okay. All right. Then what I do is I go to Instagram, I get my B-roll organized, like if I'm going to trim it, how am I going to do that? And then I click duplicate. Now, the hooks I use on my Instagram page and the hooks I use on trial reels are not always the same. So I duplicate the actual footage, but I don't always have a hook on there. Plus, Instagram does not want us to post the exact same things over and over. And so you don't want it to always be the same hook. You could get your hands slapped for that as well, or it just won't let you post. So I just duplicate the videos, but not necessarily the hook and the music. Okay. That's how I get quite a bit of footage. Another thing you can do is go back and grab your old content. You can grab your old content and repost that as long as it still applies. That can work really well in trial reels. Also, just because something performed well before doesn't mean it'll perform well in trial. Just because something didn't perform well before does not mean it won't perform well in trial. So don't get too hung up on that. Okay, I recommend if you are going to post the same piece of content on both, post it in trial first. If it takes off, do not move it to your feed. Leave it in trial reels. Just post another version to your feed, okay? I cannot stress this enough. I don't believe that you should take it off of trial reels and post it onto your feed because it'll post on your feed on the day you posted in trial reels. So if I posted a week ago and now it's taken off and I move it to my feed, it'll get buried under all the posts I've done in the last week. So it's just better to leave it in trial reels. If it's taken off, just leave it, let it bring new followers in. What happens? DM automation. Highly recommend you use DM automation. If you're doing like a freebie, especially, which freebies and low ticket lead magnets both work really well for trial reels, use a DM automation. Okay. You are going to get more traction if you have a DM automation in there. Simple as that. CTAs for trial reels, I recommend telling them to follow you and or a freebie or a low ticket, but always give them a one-liner of like, follow me, right? Because these people don't follow you. So we want to tell them to follow you. POV, you're a health and fitness coach and you want to sign more clients in 2026 and you find my account. So this is a trial reel I posted. Keep in mind, I know I'm posting to non-followers. This is so important to mentally know this is not what you're sending to followers, okay? Now, if you're recycling an old reel that was on your page, that's totally fine, but you can still edit the caption to speak to non-followers and really focus on getting them to follow you. So here are some trial reel hook ideas, okay? Just some ideas that I want you to think about that work very well to an audience that's not currently following you. These two here that are italicized, if you're watching this, you don't know me because it's a trial reel, and I know you don't follow me, but I post about XYZ. These ones are really calling out the fact that they don't follow you. Brock Johnson recommends that you do a third of your trial reels with this type of language that absolutely makes it clear, I know you don't follow me. You don't follow me, that's why you're seeing this. He says a third of them should actually call that out, okay? Now, what I realize is some of you are like, yeah, Z, but how do we actually post a trial reel? Well, if you go to your page and you are going to post, oops, I'm gonna turn the volume off. And you go to actually like post a B-roll video and you click next, just like you would on any reel. If you scroll down, there's a button that says trial. You're literally gonna turn that on. And that's it. It's just a little swipe. Click that button. It's now going to post as a trial reel. Now, once you post it as a trial reel, how do you check to see how it's performing? Okay, so this is my feed. Now, I'm going to go to the Reels tab. So click on the Reels tab of your feed. Oops, the Reels tab. And here, there's a section that says Drafts and Trial Reels. It's going to be the square on the far left. When you click on that, it'll give you an option. Do you want to look at drafts or trial reels? Pull trial reels, and it's going to show the trial reels that you have posted, and you can see the views and the comments and all that good stuff. All right. So my recommendation for you is to shoot for about 5 a day. Really focus on getting at least a third of those hooks that speak to someone that's not following you. It's totally fine if it's old content. You don't need to change all of the hooks. It can still perform really well. And I have had clients and whose accounts have totally taken off by really focusing on trial reels.